All right, we're going to get right into it. Could you imagine if you had security guards posted right outside of your homestead? I'm going to share with you guys a post from Orchard Organic Farm. This is happening to them right now. Jerry waiting for a phone call from John Akers of Radio Devon this morning. The worst day has come. We had security guards posted at both entrances of the farm overnight. Yesterday, at least a dozen people in hazmat suits and huge helmets were setting up the cull equipment, and Jerry spent hours with the government vet counting every chicken with no sign of disease. Those are the ones that we get compensation for. I find it slightly ludicrous as we keep meticulous records which clearly show the number of birds in each house with any losses recorded. Chickens also get counted again as they're culled. Over 4,000 hens show absolutely no signs of disease whatsoever and are positioned well away from the infected house. All birds will still be culled. There is no quarantine program. We cannot restock for 12 months, by which that time we'll have lost all of our customers. There is an option to go through a secondary cleaning and disinfection process, but it is extraordinarily expensive and out of our reach. Despite trying very hard, it is nigh on impossible to get affordable insurance for avian flu. The cost of insurance would have made our business completely unviable. No one wants to insure organic laying hens due to the freedom they are afforded and therefore are greater risk of being in contact with wild birds. We have to shoulder the cost of incinerating 7,000 of the eggs which can't be sold and disposing of 5,000 of the chicken feed which remains in the farm. Tomorrow we will wake up with empty fields and all of our girls will be gone. The government has no interest whatsoever in what happens to us now, other than making sure we follow their post-call rules for the year ahead. Y'all, I would just want to explain to you guys what you're seeing here is a pattern. Now here's Clayton Baker, MD, talking about the pattern and how we went through this before and how he's seeing how this is all coming together.
What is going on now with bird flu is very close to an exact replay of what happened with COVID.
Egg prices are not something that is random. Interviewing Clayton Baker, MD, doctor of internal medicine for over 25 years. Doc, it's a pleasure to meet you. Now, you have some amazing insights to this bird flu, which is a bit of a deja vu of a playbook that I think just happened recently. I wanted to bring you on because maybe you can kind of give us the simple version of what potentially could be going on as far as could this be something that is accidental or maybe manufactured?
Yes, well, thanks for having me very much. I appreciate the opportunity to be here and to speak, and thanks for taking the time to read my article. If we just use basic pattern recognition skills, we can see that what is going on now with bird flu is very close to an exact replay of what happened with COVID. What we see is a several-step process by which people intentionally are creating fear and creating a pandemic or attempting to create a pandemic in order to obtain some kind of control over us. This is clearly what happened with COVID, as you know, even the CIA has admitted now that the virus came out of the lab in Wuhan, that it was an engineered virus. They're encouraging the farmers to do willy-nilly PCR testing on their flocks. If they test positive, what they're doing is mass slaughtering the entire flock if so much as one bird tests positive for the illness.
That was on Dr. Berg's channel. I'll also want to bring to your attention that he even posts their own information saying that the eggs combat and fight against the spike protein. That was very interesting what he just showed you guys there about the pattern. I noticed this right off, and I know that they've been trying to push this avian flu stuff for many, many years. You guys can look this stuff up, but the chicken is one of the most complete animals that we have for us, right? Like if you have a couple of backyard chickens, you can actually survive very well. They provide you protein, meat, bone broth. They scratch, they're good for the land. They're good, everything about them is very, very good. And I could just start popping up all the different articles about all of the birds they have been culling the last 5 years. It has been off the chain. It is highly unsustainable. And that is one reason why you're paying so much for eggs at the store. Hey y'all, I'm editing this video and I want to add that they're using the PCR test to check these chickens out, okay? It's a totally fraudulent test. You can do your homework for it. I've highlighted the guys who came up with the PCR test, and they even said it was bogus. They've been shut down, deplatformed, and ran out of town. And I just wanted to add that in here because I forgot to tell you guys while I was making the video. But that is a very important thing to know. And that's why it's like COVID, because you have to have a PCR test to even know if you're sick. Don't you guys remember that stuff? All right, now back to the video. I want to mention this as well. If you wanted to try to get mRNA technology in every living being, your first target would be get rid of all the existing stuff, okay? Think about this now. And then bring in the new little babies all vaxxed and ready to go. And then from there, you just have a whole program. And now everything that goes out is going to be that. Whereas before you had all these places that weren't, maybe the people didn't want to, right? It's going kind of slow. So this is a very quick way to transition out all of the food supply. I'm going to actually show you guys this video. It's going to be upsetting, so you're warned off the bat, but you need to know this stuff. But this is them actually culling a turkey house. You have been warned. I found that very disgusting. And those birds are perfectly healthy, y'all. If you get sick, you're to build herd immunity. Why are they killing off all of the birds? And even as I read in the earlier statement, she had plenty of birds that weren't even by within 6 feet of the infected house. Why are they killing all of her birds? All right? So you guys wonder why we're always talking about this kind of stuff? Because they're coming to a farm near you. Being food independent is a huge problem for the program. Okay, so stay vigilant out there. Share this video with your friends. And I know that video with them bringing in that it's a fire retardant, y'all. That really upset me when I saw that. And I just can't even believe there are people out there that do this. And where's PETA? I mean, I grew up and PETA was out there fighting for these animals and all this stuff. Maybe they were paid by USAID and they don't have any money to go out there and protest anymore. Folks, we have to stop this insanity, right? I don't want anyone coming on my property. I'm not letting anyone test my birds. And a lot of the stuff I understand is at the larger breeder houses. And as she said, she even open ranges her chickens, right? You guys, I hope you can see the forest through the trees, okay? I got my chores to do right now. I just wanted to drop this information off for you guys. It was a really fun live show last night. If you missed that, you might want to go hit that. We had to break out the rifle. Okay, Stacy had to break out the rifle. I was gone. Backtrack. It's called a pew pew because we have to monitor our conversations still. But that was a pretty interesting video. And we'll see you guys on the next one.